Good morning, Terabytes. This is your newscast for Thursday, February 3rd, 2022. My name is Maddie, and this is NewsBYTEs.
Welcome to NewsBYTEs Middle School Edition. My name is Maya. Let's start off our broadcast this week with Ms. Brower and our weekly message.
One announcement for you today, and that is it's time for your teachers to send a progress report to your families. And the progress report is so that your family knows how far you've come from the beginning of the year and what you've learned. And if you haven't learned something, we want to make sure that you know the word yet. You may not have learned it yet, but that doesn't mean you won't learn it. We are proud of you. We are proud of all that you've accomplished. And I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Ms. Brower. Wow, third quarter already? Time flies when you're having fun. We do a pretty awesome news crew here at New Code Academy.
And what could be more fun than hosting the news with you every week? Well, enough patting ourselves on the back. Let's check in with Rory to see how the weather looks for our first full week of February.
Hey Terabytes, it's Rory back with this week's weather. Today's date is Thursday, February 3rd. The high will be 5 and the low will be -8. The temperatures will rise until Sunday. The rest of the week will be around the 30s. We won't be getting much snow this week. Wednesday is the only day with snow in the forecast. Unfortunately, it won't be enough to build a snowman. Speaking of snowmen, what do snowmen call their offspring? They're children! Hey Terabytes, remember yesterday was Groundhog's Day? Well, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow, so expect 6 more weeks of winter. That's all for this week's weather. Bye! Thank you, Rory. Looks like we are out of the deep freeze, at least for now.
That's good news for sure. And while we're on the subject of news, let's check in with Mr. Cannon. Next, we have Mr. Cannon with the Weird World News.
Hello, Terabytes. Welcome to Weird World News. I'm Mr. Cannon in for Abby. Our first story today comes from Milltown, New Jersey, where Milltown Mel, New Jersey's famous weather predicting groundhog, died suddenly Sunday, just days before their big Groundhog's Day celebration. Unfortunately, because it is February, the fellow groundhogs are hibernating, so there were no replacement groundhogs to be found. They had to cancel their Groundhog's Day festivities. Our second story today comes from Southern California, where scientists are trying to relocate owls into some protected grasslands. Now, of course, I bet the first thing you're wondering is, how do you make owls feel at home in a new environment? Well, the first thing is to make them feel like there's other owls that already live there. So what they did was they played the sound of owls hooting through speakers before the owls got there, so when they were coming in, they would hear that there were other owls living in the area. And then the second thing they did was they went around with a syringe and squirted fake owl poop around the ground. So when the owls flew over, they saw that and realized, hey, other owls live here. Kind of a strange way to make, new guests feel at home. I hope you don't do that around your house, but that's why it's the Weird World News. I'm Mr. Cannon. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon, for bringing us interesting stories.
And with that, let's move on to But Seriously with Duncan. Maybe he has something that will actually be helpful to our learning.
Hey Terabytes, welcome to the first edition of World News of Quarter 3. On Monday, President Biden urged governors to accelerate construction plans as the administration established a guide for accessing the $1 trillion made available by the infrastructure deal signed last November. The president welcomed governors to the White House as part of the winter meeting of the National Governors Association, and after the meeting, 2 governors described infrastructure as an important bipartisan middle ground and added that it was significant that states be allowed to spend money on it flexibly. Mitch Landrieu, a senior White House advisor, stated that the goal of the guidebook was to ensure that communities had detailed information on how to qualify for infrastructure funding. The deal itself is unique in that it goes beyond roads and bridges, including broadband internet, replacement of water pipes, and climate change initiatives. Europe has been bombarded by fierce storms recently, with Storm Malik killing 4 people, destroying houses, and unleashing floods over the weekend, and Storm Corey devastating parts of northern Europe. The storm caused a freighter ship called the Julietta D to collide with another boat about 32 kilometers west of a port called IJmuiden in the Dutch North Sea. Rescue helicopters were required to evacuate all 18 members of the crew, and they arrived soon after at Amsterdam's Schiphol airport. Several hours later, the ship was still drifting, and the Dutch Coast Guard said a plan to attach a line to a tugboat to tow it to safety was underway. There is now a new world record holder for the longest flash of lightning. The World Meteorological Organization confirmed on Monday that a single flash extended 768 kilometers, nearly 500 miles, across the states of Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi in April 2020 to beat the previous record of 709 kilometers, set in 2018 in Brazil. Another lightning record set in 2020 was a strike in Uruguay and northern Argentina that lasted 17.1 seconds, just passing the old-time record of 16.7 seconds. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you, Duncan. Maya was right. This is much better.
Next up is Caleb with Sport Bites. Caleb, how are things lining up for the Super Bowl?
Hey, sports fans! Caleb here with the newest edition of Sports Bites! This week we are going to start off at the turf. The teams that are in the Super Bowl 56 are the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. The Cincinnati Bengals won with a score of 34-31 against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Los Angeles Rams won with a score of 20-17 against the 49ers. Both of the teams that were expected to win lost, so the game will be a battle of the underdogs. The big game will take place on Sunday, February 13th at 5:30 p.m. Mark that date on your calendar. Should be a great game. Next, we are off to the Olympics. The Olympics start on February 4th and ends on February 20th. Here are some of the Minnesotans competing in the Winter Olympics. Tabitha Peterson, Tara Peterson, Jake Brown, Aaron Ness, Nathan Smith, Jesse Dickinson, and a lot more as well. Minnesotans are participating in the areas of alpine skiing, the biathlon, curling, cross-country skiing, men's and women's hockey, and speed skating. The United States is sending 224 athletes to the Winter Olympics out of 2,833 total athletes from around the world. 1,664 men and 1,169 women are representing the best winter athletes from their countries. The oldest U.S. athlete is 40-year-old snowboarder Nick Blumengartner. If you wish to watch, the opening ceremonies will take place in Beijing, China at National Stadium, also known as the Bird's Nest, and will be covered live for the first time at 5:30 a.m. on February 4th. If you're not a morning person, the ceremonies will re-air at 8 p.m. that evening. That is it for sports. See you next time.
Thank you, Caleb. Wow, the Super Bowl and the Olympics, that will keep you busy, Caleb.
This week we have a new segment for you. Abby from Weird World News will fill us in on the details.
My name is Abby, and I'm here with our new segment, School Challenge. Each month, we will bring you a new challenge and an opportunity for you to share videos of you and maybe even your families taking a part in the challenge. To start off this week, we bring you the Whipped Cream Challenge. If you are not sure how that looks, here's Maddie showing us how it's done.
I'm scared. I almost got it. You didn't even fall on the floor. You just like popped it. Just like I'm scared. Remember, Landon? You can't redo. That was bad.
This month, we are attaching our challenge to the fundraiser we're currently doing. We would like to take this opportunity to raise awareness and money for Hero Squad. During material pickup, we gave families the opportunity to donate and take a part in the challenge. Here's a video from material pickup where we have raised over $75 so far. Finally, the more you participate, the more money we raise. If we raise over $250, Mr. Grad will do the Whipped Cream Challenge. $250 to $500, Miss Brower will do the Whipped Cream Challenge. $500 to $750, Mr. Cannon takes a whipped cream pie to the face. Ooh. $750 plus, the whole staff will do the Whipped Cream Challenge. And of course, don't forget to send the videos of you doing the challenge. The more videos we receive, the more awareness we will raise for the cause. Email your videos to rcannon@isd271.org. Or you can submit your videos on Flipgrid through the Dad Jokes under the link in School Resource section of your Canvas launch homepage. We are looking forward to seeing your videos and raising a lot of money for the heroes. See you next week.
Thank you, Abby. That sounds really fun. Can't wait to see more, but now we need to wrap up this episode with Dad Jokes with Don. Hey Don, what do you call a fake noodle? Impasta. Take it away, Don.
Impasta? I love pasta. I can hardly wait to have spaghetti again, or maybe lasagna. Yum.
Where do hamburger patties like to dance? At a meatball.
Speaking of meatballs and impasta, or pasta, we should have a school dance with Go Noodle. Everybody get up and dance.
What looks the same as a half of the orange? The other half.
What kind of dog has no arms, no feet, no ears? A hot dog.
Hot dogs? In February? I'm thinking chocolates. Maybe hot dogs should be left for summertime.
What does the chicken say when it sees lettuce? Chicken sees a salad.
I'm not even going to touch the Caesar salad one. Let's just say I'm going to chicken out and wish everybody a great week. Have a great week, everybody. This has been Dad Jokes with Dawn. Bye.
Well, that's it for News Bites this week. Have a great week and take a bite out of learning. Bye!